It's the end of 2024 and I decided that I'm going to review my own performance as a human being this year. Before we begin, I want to take a moment to talk about why this is important. I feel like there's a lot of noise at the end of the year that tells you whether or not you've made good progress as a human being. But the truth is, everyone's on their own journey. So only you know how well you've done this year, whether you've made progress towards the things that you care about. So I decided to take some time for myself and just take a walk around and talk a little bit about what I've done this year and whether or not I'm proud of it. Okay, so in order to review myself as a human being, I came up with 5 categories. Number 1 is sense of progress in life. Number 2 is relationships, so friendship, family, and romantic relationship. Number 3 is creative skills. Number 4 is fashion. And number 5 is health, so physical and mental health. So let's start with sense of progress. Whoa. Guys, it's crazy back here. In terms of sense of progress, this year I graduated from university. I went to travel around the world. I went around North America and I went around Asia a lot. A big part of my life this year is about self-discovery. What am I like outside of university? I wanted to take some time to kind of figure that out. And one thing I realized is I'm actually quite creative. I'm an expressive person, which is why I'm doing things like this. But it took a lot of journaling, a lot of experimentation until I reached that stage. And while I think I took a lot of brave steps, like recording in public or getting to know a lot of creatives, I would also say to feel like you have a proper sense of progress, you need to feel like you're moving towards something. And for me, I don't necessarily know what this looks like just yet. I know I am moving, but I don't know what this looks like, and it's a little bit confusing and I get lost sometimes. If I have to rate my sense of progress out of 5 potatoes, yes, we're doing potatoes now, I'm gonna give myself a 4 out of 5 potatoes. Moving on to number 2, which is relationship. Relationship has 3 components for me: friendship, family, and romantic relationship. I think friendship this year, I learned a lot about friendship. When I left Vancouver and I had to say goodbye to some of my closest friends, it was a very meaningful chapter that honestly I cried so much about. There were a lot of moments where I was quite sad about it, but then through that sadness, I was like, wow, I really truly lived, and I thought it was really exciting. On top of that, this year, one of the greatest lessons I learned was who to give all of your heart to and who to just have fun with. I sometimes get confused between the 2 lines, and I always try to give all of my heart, and it can be pretty draining. So in the upcoming year, I'm gonna try to just be more mindful of my interaction with people and who I want to share all of myself to. I think this year, in terms of family, I did amazing. I think I gave a lot of effort and I communicated as well as I could. Specifically, one of my older brother, I feel like this year I really got the chance to repair a damaged relationship. And I think through that, it actually made me feel more whole as a person. Yeah, I can't wait to see how that chapter unfolds throughout our lives. And the last thing would be romantic relationship. God, I don't know if I should be putting this on the internet. This year, I've been on a lot of dates. I haven't found the special one just yet. I'm sure she's out there, so I'll keep looking. And based on that, I will give myself a 4 out of 5 potatoes. Still needs a bit more time on my search on finding the right partner. And the third one is creative pursuit. And I think this year I actually have probably been the most creative. I developed skills in video making, modeling, singing, learning the piano, a little bit of the guitar. I did a 30-day gratitude challenge on Instagram where every day I would upload a reel, and that grew my Instagram following from 1,000 followers to 5,500 followers, and it kind of blew my mind. Oh right, I also made my first song ever, but honestly I'm a little bit too embarrassed to show you guys, so I guess you'll probably just have to wait for another video. In terms of creative pursuit, I give myself a 5 potatoes out of 5. Okay, the fourth one is an interesting one because it's fashion. And if I'm being honest, I kind of added it for the memes. But this year, I think in terms of fashion, I've definitely improved. I mean, just check out this fit, okay? Wait. I mean, just look at this fit. Daniel Simmons style. I don't know why I'm posing in front of a construction site, but you get the point, you know? I'd give myself a 5 out of 5 potatoes, but in 2025, there is something I want to try more of, which is to wear more brighter colors, because I have the tendency to just wear black, white, and gray, as you can probably tell. But I think my fashion game this year has been on point, and I think I improved a lot over the year. In terms of the last one, which is health, I kind of wish I could tell you I'd give myself a 5 out of 5 because I do care a lot about health, but truthfully, I'm not the kindest to myself sometimes. Let's start with physical health. Physical health, I think this year has been pretty good. I've been going to the gym pretty regularly. I did my first 10K run ever. I used to think that I could never do a long distance. It really was amazing to know that I could and to practice for it. And I felt like my body since then have just felt healthier than ever. I eat pretty healthily. People hate me for drinking no sugar bubble tea, but I think it's already plenty sweet. Please don't hurt me in the comment section. I'm currently on a lean bulk, so I'm eating a little bit more than what I'm used to. Still trying to get used to that. But overall, physical health has been top notch. The second part is mental health, and I think this year my mental health hasn't been as good as I want it to be. As much as I'm like a cheerful, positive person that basically gets really excited about just like breathing fresh air and looking at the sunlight. There were a couple of weeks or months during my travels where I felt ridiculously lost. I felt like I have no idea what I'm doing in life, and I didn't know how the future is going to look like. I have no idea. I mean, even nowadays, I don't really, if I'm being honest, I don't. I think there's a difference between wasting your energy and dwelling on that negative loop of thought, or trying to make something out of it and trying to build a future so that you're more sure of how things are gonna unfold. And I think dancing between that fine line is something that I always struggle with. And I tend to punish myself whenever I make the wrong decision or I feel negative about some of the stuff that I'm doing. And my therapist tells me that I'm too mean to myself. So that's something that I'm trying to work on. I'll give myself a 4 out of 5 star. Wait, 4 out of 5 potatoes. 我要個牛角包啊！拎走，唔該。What can I say? Man got hungry. I grew up around Hong Kong, right? In fact, the restaurant behind you is the restaurant I went to go have breakfast every single day. And I feel like I really do. Some part of me want to move away from this city due to various reasons. But it really does remind me of home. 唔該晒。Croissant. I got my croissant. I'm a happy man. And this basically sums up the whole video. Oh my god. That is pretty good. They asked me if I wanted it heated up. I said no, and then he was like, it's only 1 minute, it'll taste better. And I'm like, put that in there. This year has been a really good year. I think out of the 25 years I've been alive, this is definitely one year where I felt like I learned a lot about myself. And I think a big part of that is I, in a lot of ways, always push myself to try something I'm not comfortable with. And I think it has been very fruitful, and I'm very proud of it. Guys, do I have croissant on my mouth? Before I get to the final verdict, this croissant, 10 potatoes out of 5 potatoes. It's an insane croissant. Should I become a food blogger? That'd be so nice. Anyway, final verdict of myself as a human being this year in 2024, I give myself 4.5 potatoes out of 5. I think I did well. It was good. Yes, I feel lost sometimes. Yes, there's a lot of things I'm still unsure of, but I think there's a lot of things that I tackled well, especially when it came to family, friendship, and creative stuff. So I'm very proud of that. And also my fashion game has been on point. So there's that. So 4.5 potatoes. I'm planning to make videos once every like 2 weeks, or maybe even more frequently, where I just do things, yeah. And if you guys like this video, please consider subscribing. Tell me in the comments about how your year was. Was it something you're proud of? Was it a good year? Did you put yourself out there? If you didn't, that's okay. Take good care of yourself. Next year, you'll try a bit harder. If you did, take pride in that. It doesn't have to be something that's like incredible, but as long as you're proud of it, that means something. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm gonna go finish this croissant. Have the most amazing new year ever. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.